I still remember the exact second I stopped being their son. It wasn't when I hung up on my mother at 3:04 a.m. It was when I looked the detective in the eye and said, "Press charges." Both of them. And the air in that little room tasted like burnt metal and freedom. My name is Caleb, 32, firefighter, the spare key in every pocket of my family's life. I live in a shoebox apartment over Engine 19's gym. The walls sweat diesel and bleach. My mattress is on the floor because I never got around to buying a frame. Money always went somewhere else. People think I run into burning buildings because I'm brave. Truth is, fire is honest. It doesn't pretend to love you while it picks your pockets. Growing up, the house had a rhythm. Dad's voice boomed pride whenever Marcus, my older brother, sank a three-pointer. Mom's voice turned to honey when Marcus needed new sneakers, new tires, new excuses. My little sister Lila learned to smile so wide it hurt because if she cried, the money river would flow somewhere else. And me? I learned silence is cheaper than rent. I paid for the orthodontist when Lila's insurance lapsed. I paid Dad's DUI lawyer when the bar tab got too honest. I paid Marcus's business partner to disappear after the gym he opened turned out to be a tax shelter with treadmills. Every time, Mom kissed my cheek and whispered, "God will repay you, baby." God must have been on their plan too, because the balance never came back. 2 months ago, I came home after a 3-alarm warehouse and found Lila asleep on my couch. Cheeks swollen purple, lips split like overripe fruit. She woke up laughing because crying cost extra in our family. "I'm fine, Cal, really. He just gets passionate." I gave her my bed, my last clean towel, and the spare debit card I kept in the cereal box for emergencies. I even wrote the pin on a Post-it and stuck it to the fridge so she could grab groceries while I was on shift. That was the night I handed them the match. A week later, I started noticing ghosts in my bank app. $40 at a liquor store I'd never been to. $200 cash at a casino ATM at 2:17 a.m. while I was asleep at the station. I changed passwords. I froze the card. Then I found the Post-it missing from a fridge. In its place, a perfect little square of empty magnet. I told myself it was nothing. Family doesn't steal, right? Family just borrows forever. And then came the night that turned the oxygen black. Phone screaming at 3:04 a.m. Mom's voice shredded, hysterical. Lila's in the hospital. They won't treat her without $20,000 up front. You're the only one with savings. Caleb, please. In the background, Dad snarling. Tell your hero brother to stop playing martyr and send the damn money. I sat on the edge of my bed, bare feet on cold tile, heart jackhammering. 20,000. Exactly what I had. Exactly what I'd saved for the paramedic program I kept hiding from them. And in that second, something inside me snapped clean. I said, very quietly, "Call Marcus. He's the golden child." Then I hung up, turned the phone face down. And for the first time in 32 years, I let the house burn. I didn't sleep. I just stared at the ceiling crack that looks like a lightning bolt frozen mid-flash. At 7:11 a.m., the precinct called. "Mr. Hale? We need you to come in. It's about your parents and the attempted fraud at Memorial Hospital." I drove there with the windows down so the cold could slap me awake. The detective didn't waste words. "Your sister is stable. Panic attack, dehydration, oxycodone in her system. She's safe. But your mother tried to convince the hospital there was a financial hold on Lila's chart. There's no such thing. Then someone used a card ending in 7724 to try a $2,000 cash advance at the ATM across the street. Camera's clear. It's your father. He slid photos across the table like autopsy picture dad in his old leather jacket, punching my pin like he was born to it. Next photo, Mom on a burner phone in the hospital hallway, mouthing my name to the nurse like a curse. Then came the evidence bag. Inside, my missing Post-it. Front, my handwriting, Wi-Fi password. Back, someone else's ink, my full car number, expiration, CVV, and in Mom's neat Catholic school cursive, "Caleb will fix it." I felt my soul leave my body and watch from the ceiling. The detective's voice sounded miles away. We also pulled Lila's phone. "Text from your mother at 2:43 a.m. Make sure Caleb sends a 20K or tell the doctors we're abandoning you. Your sister was unconscious when that text went out." But that wasn't the worst of it. I asked to see the ATM footage again. There, clear as daylight, behind Dad's shoulder, holding his coat like a scared child. Marcus, my big brother, the one who hadn't spoken to me in 8 months unless he needed a cosign. He wasn't just watching. He was counting the cash as it spat out before the machine ate the card. The room started closing in. Short sentences. Heartbeat in my ears. Detective. Identity theft. Guide conspiracy. Hospitals pressing harassment charges. You want to file, Caleb? I laughed. One ugly bark. File? I want to watch them try to explain this to a judge with a straight face. I signed. My hand didn't shake. It felt like signing my own birth certificate for the first time. They brought Mom in first. Hair perfect, lipstick armor. Caleb, baby, this is insane. We were desperate. Lila was dying. She was overdosing on pills you people pretend not to see, I said. Dad next, red-eyed, smelling like last night's whiskey. You think you're better than us because you wear turnout gear? You're destroying your mother. No, yen surat. You destroyed yourselves the first time you decided my savings account was communal property. Mom reached for my hand. I pulled back like she was live wire. She whispered, after everything we sacrificed. I cut her off. You sacrificed me. There's a difference. Marcus never showed. Coward to the end. But 2 days later, he slid into my DMs with the crying laughing emoji. Bro, drop the charges. Mom's blood pressure. You know how dramatic she gets. I screenshot it. Sent it to the detective. Then blocked every number with my last name. Here's the moment that still wakes me up sweating. Lila called from rehab last week. Voice small, clean for the first time in years. I didn't know they were using me as bait, Cal. I woke up and Mom had my phone. I thought if I just stayed quiet, you'd fix it like always. I told her the fix this time was boundaries made of concrete and court orders. She cried. I cried. Then she said, I'm keeping the hoodie you dropped off. It smells like the station. It smells safe. That almost broke me. The twist you've been waiting for? It wasn't the money. It wasn't even watching my own father punch my birthday into an ATM. It was finding the second post-it. The one taped inside Marcus's old high school yearbook I borrowed for a bonfire photo. On it, in his handwriting, if Caleb ever says no, wait till he's on shift. Lila's too soft to refuse. Mom knows the guilt words. They had a playbook, and I was page 1. I'm done being the emergency fund with a pulse. I enrolled in paramedic school yesterday. Deposit non refundable. I'm looking at a little cabin up north with no cell service and a wood stove that doesn't know my name. Some nights, I still hear sirens in my dreams, but now I know which fires are mine to fight and which ones I finally get to walk away from. So tell me, if the people who taught you how to breathe suddenly decided your oxygen was theirs to sell, would you keep giving them air? Or would you finally close the door and learn how good it feels to fill your own lungs? Drop your answer below. I read every single one, and for the first time in my life, I'm not paying for the replies.